Stay tuned. We're live in 3 minutes. We're live in 2 minutes.
We are CRN.
Stay tuned. We're live in 1 minute. Seconds until showtime. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
You're not going to want to miss tonight's county fair. I'm going to be...
We are your window to your community.
Did you see the last 5 minutes of that football game last night?
Oh, man, I saw the whole thing.
And a lifeline to keep you safe when danger is near.
Everybody who is listening needs to take cover as soon as they can. This is one of the biggest storms.
We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress you depend on your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
We now pause for station identification. The following is an exclusive broadcast presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN. More details at wearecrn.com.
Welcome back to coverage from Goldsboro. The Terry Walls Holiday Invitational, put on by my great friend Kai Jones, has reached the climax of this final double day of tournament play. Like that, rhyming. I'm speaking in rhymes. Ryan Tomford, Wesley Outlet, Nathan Outlet on the camera. You ready? Nathan Outlet. Thanks to Derek Lodge. And we get ready, Ryan, for the big one. It's the final one.
Yes.
7-2 teams. Goldsboro Cougars. This is my house, Flow Rider. This is my hometown. Whatever you want to say here in G-Town. They're ready to take on the Wayne Prep Guardians. The final game of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. This should be a barn burner, buddy.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very exciting team. Both of these teams are very, very evenly matched. So, it's going to be a good game and a great way to finish out this tournament.
Take a look at the conditions of weather in Goldsboro. It looks beautiful. There's our amazing crew. We had Derek Longer. Now we have Ryan Tomford. I'll make the adjustments for that. Ryan, your take of the way Clayton played, obviously runner-ups of the tournament. Now we get ready for this final game. About 35 minutes behind schedule for tip-off, but it is time to play on, boys.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're a little bit behind schedule, but, this is definitely going to be worth the wait. And, we watched the Goldsboro's women's team earlier, and it was an electric atmosphere. And, this men's basketball game is probably going to be very much of the same atmosphere, very electric and very exciting.
Yeah, they just came up short right there at the end, right? And obviously we'll see what goes down as we get you set for what will be the final game. Kai Jones and all the great folks at Goldsboro, we appreciate the hospitality, and it is a privilege, pleasure, and honor on the CRN broadcast platforms to bring this one to the final. Known Kai Jones for a number of years. Amazing what he does with WJG Sports. Wayne, Johnston, Greene County, and other parts as well. WJG Sports on social media, and again, for the summer and the Thanksgiving Throwdown, and all the things he's done, this is another one that he's put a tip in his cap the last couple of years to be successful, the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational.
Yeah, I mean, the things that he's done are amazing. And, put on this tournament is, a fantastic thing to have. And, it's exciting to come out here every year. And, it's great to see all these teams play. And we're just moments away from getting this game
I'm surprised
started.
We haven't got a tip-off yet. The referees... Nathan, if you want to zoom in down there, the officials are having a word with the coaches. All three of the officials are having a word with the coaches here of what's going on. I'm not sure, but this is delaying the start of the game here, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, they went for the tip-off, and now, they went to the sideline and had a discussion, but it seems like all of that's been figured out. We'll have a technical foul, I believe.
A technical foul on Goldsboro right out of the gate to start this game. I don't know what for, but a technical foul against Goldsboro right out of the gate.
This could be a possible, lineup problem.
Unbelievable. Maybe something with the rosters not matching. Well, the basketball don't lie, in the words of Kim Winslow, and the technical foul shots are no good. However, with a technical foul, they do get the ball back. It will go to now Wake Prep Guardians, and we are underway. What in the world was that about? We'll have to get a clarification on it. Nathan, if you want to zoom in a little closer, those numbers are a little hard to read in those gray on black. My eyes are not as good as they used to be 30 years ago, Ryan, as I'll be in my 30th year as a broadcaster in 2026. But we're going to call it stepping over the line. Turnover. Goldsboro, give it back to Wake Prep. The Wake Prep Guardians are donning the gray on gray with the black with the trim and the numbers. The Wake Prep Guardians are 7-2. Goldsboro Cougars, white on white with blue and yellow in their numbers for their home colors. They are 7-2 as well. And as I mentioned, Ryan, this is the final game of the tournament.
Foul there by Peterson. So on Wake Prep. So Goldsboro there will inbound the ball from underneath the hoop. 3-point shot by number 4 Tyler on Goldsboro, no good.
Yeah, tried to go for it. And the rebound, give it back to Wake Prep. Ball hit the side of the backboard there. No good, but they did get the rebound back again, though. Nice work by Jeremiah Hargrove. Derek Longe, phenomenal job working with him as always on the call. As our final game just getting started, if you will.
Blackwell there for a quick drive. Wake Prep getting on the board early.
So the first points for the Guardians to start this game. 2 minutes gone. Started with a technical foul right out of the gate. Still not sure what that was about. Wish I could get some more of a better clarification on what it was for.
Wake Prep now driving the ball down the court. Blackwell again trying to drive to the hoop. Foul there. Shooting foul. He'll shoot 2 from the line.
So another foul is called. It's only a 2-point lead right now for Wake Prep. The Guardians at the line, 7 pounds. I want to say it's not 7 pounds. I want to say it's 7 pounds. But he's the one that's at the free throw line for Goldsboro at the moment. And it'll make it a 1 point out of 2 free throws. So Goldsboro leading by, if you will, 2 by 1. No, they got a 3-point lead. My bad. Waiting for Wake Prep to respond. Wake Prep wearing the gray on gray with the white, the red, and the dark blue in their numbers. I think it says Guardians on the front. Goldsboro is wearing their home colors. White on white with black trim, black numbers, yellow trim in the numbers. And, of course, it says Goldsboro. And now, finally, we've got another basket in, and both teams have scored now, but Goldsboro still leads by 3. Whew, I might need to reset that. There we go. Now we're called up. Goldsboro off the rim. That was a tip by number 4, Maurice Tyler in the wing. Boy, what a job there, Ryan, to stay in play. Number 30, Braden Estelle got it to Josh Bracey. Couldn't finish with a basket, but that was what a way to get on your pivot foot, get on the break. So there's the number 2 of Antonio Hallman finding the basket. (8-2), a timeout, I believe, taken by this team. I believe it was Wake Prep taking the timeout.
Yeah, it was Wake Prep taking that timeout right there.
So we will step away, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Back to it on the court after the timeout. Goldsboro leading by 6 on Wake Prep. And now Wake Prep finding the net. There's a 2 for a layup. That's, by the way, Kato Mohammed, the junior guard. Goldsboro now responding. Let's see if they can go back and forth with Hallman and McNair. Now inside the free throw lane area to Markeith Gardner. He is going to be called for a turnover. It's going to be, I believe, an offensive foul. Foul on Goldsboro. Offensive foul. They give the ball back to the Guardians there, Ryan.
Yeah, now Wake Prep will be able to, bring the ball up the court, and, they're down by 4, but, they've had a lot of opportunities and good looks, but it just seems like not everything's falling. There's a foul there.
There's another foul. I think they're going to call it on number 23. We'll find out here in a moment. No, they're going to call it actually on Hayes Graham, the senior guard for Goldsboro, and there'll be a shooting foul, so we'll send Wake Prep to the line. This is number 32 of Chuck's Aquiti, the center forward junior. Aquiti at the line. First one, no good. So it's now 8-4. Goldsboro started the game with a technical foul. Wake Prep missed the technical free throw shots. Got the ball to start, turned it over, gave it back to Goldsboro. And now one free throw, add to it. It's 8-5 now as we head to the midway point. Turnover. Oh, it got into the hand of Bracey. He turned it over for the Guardians, and Goldsboro got it back. Well, great driving there, if you will, Ryan, to just continue to press on. Get the ball back and find the basket again for another 2.
Yep, Goldsboro is now up by 5 points as Wake Prep is moving the ball around the arc.
10-5. As a takeaway again by Wake Prep puts them down within 3. Another basket, 10-7. Wake Prep not out of this thing by any stretch starting. Shot for 3. I thought they were going to call a foul. They did not. And instead, Maurice Tyler, the wing, puts in a big 3-point shot. That's 13-7. What a great job. Not done yet. Back inside the lane. Give it to 25. Sean Abatic. Abatic will now go to Josh Bracey. By the way, I found out it was Abatic.
Turnover there.
So Abatic going back to Bracey, and a whistle and a foul here, and a foul's going to be called, I believe, on Wake Prep again.
Give
it back to Goldsboro.
Goldsboro now will inbound the ball.
So it's a non-shooting foul on Wake Prep. Goldsboro will inbound it. 3 fouls each. 2.5 left to go in the first period. The championship final game of the 2025 Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. Basket 3, no good. Oh, and it was Antonio Hallman, shooting guard wing. Rebound back to Wake Prep. Let him finish. Let him try to go for the shot. 15-7 right now. Goldsboro Cougars 15, Wake Prep 7. Goldsboro has 4 all their timeouts. Wake Prep has used 1. Basket off the rim, no good. Whistle. Call it on the floor. It'll be a turnover by Wake Prep touching it last. Goldsboro basketball. Nehemiah McNair around the horn trying to get a paw on it. Was the guardian of 21 of Nigel Durham. Instead, they'll finish. Goldsboro's up by 10, Ryan.
Yeah, 7 pounds was there in the paint. And, a strong finish there to get the 2 points for Goldsboro.
Saran for a low to Braden Estelle. Shot down for 3. Wow. That was Sean Abatic. And Abatic will find the net again and put them within 7. Closing in on 1 minute left to go. 1 minute left in the opening period. Final game of the tournament. Basket coming back. Another 9-point lead. 19-10. Goldsboro finds the net. Turnover. Guardians back to the Cougars here at home. And they'll slam it back in again. That was number 4 of Maurice Tyler, the wing senior. 21-10. And just like that, the Cougars have caught fire, up by 11. Make it 13. They're on about a 10-0 run. 23-10. Are you freaking kidding me? 13 points out of nowhere. And the fire has come to Cougar Town here in the Cougar Den.
Yeah, Goldsboro has caught fire here late in the quarter and 10 seconds to go.
Nigel Durham off the glass, the whistle. He'll be fouled. Actually, they're going to call the foul on Nigel Durham. It's an offensive foul. Give the ball back to Goldsboro. It's an on-shooting foul. 8.6 seconds left in the first period of play. Goldsboro trying to just, if you will, wind the clock out. Shot for three. No good. 23-10. Your score here at the, if you will,
it's the end of the
first period. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, end of the first quarter. And, in those last 4-ish minutes, Goldsboro, caught fire and, has taken this 13-point lead. And going into the second quarter, they definitely have the momentum on their side.
Came out of nowhere. I think at one time they were on a 10-0 run. Goldsboro was on a tear. I mean, they grabbed the Guardians by the tail in Cougar Town, and they were able to just come back and score and find the net, take the ball, rebound, score, repeat, if you will. And the Cougars of Goldsboro right now up by 13. Second period coming up next.
I'm a teenage girl. My BFF Becky texts and says she's kissed Johnny. Well, that's a problem because I like Johnny. Now I'm emotionally compromised and whoopsies. I'm all OMG. Becky's not even hot. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. You can save money and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate.
Second period underway now. Brian Topper, Nathan Out, Wesley Outland, Derek Launch called the game earlier for Clayton and Harold's Christian. And right now, 23-10. Cougars, Goldsboro have the ball up the middle, slam it in. Well, actually, float it in. Pardon the pun. Nehemiah McNair, the point guard, found the net, and again, they're up by 15, Ryan. Wow.
Yeah, McNair and Tyler on Goldsboro, were key factors in getting that 10-point run, and they continue the scoring with now a 15-point lead to start this second quarter.
Really good team here, 25-10, 7.5 minutes remaining in the start of the second period. Still a lot of basketball left to go.
Wake Prep moving the good ball moving around the paint, around the arc there.
Yeah, sure did. Rebound. Pick it up here. Up by 15. Goldsboro gets it back. Wake Prep, anything they try to do to get started, it quickly goes taken away, if you will. That's exactly what we're watching on the court. 2-0 in conference for the varsity men basketball Cougars of Goldsboro. Got a turnover back to Wake Prep. This is the Wake Prep Guardians. They're, by the way, 7-2, but right now, man, I'm telling you, they're not. Goldsboro has put them in a different league, especially when they did that 10-0 run before the end of the first period. Called fire. They never looked back, and right now, that's why they got a 15-point lead, 25-10, as we close in on the 6 minutes remaining in the first half of play in the second period here at Goldsboro, here in the Cougar Den for the final day of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational, and this is your final game as well.
Yeah, I mean, that run was very key for Goldsboro, but, we could see Wake Prep, hopefully for their sake, create a run of their own and close the deficit and go into the halftime not down by 15
points. We certainly hope they can, right? I mean, they've got to get back in a rhythm. They don't need to, what do they call it, quicksand. Don't fall in quicksand and take yourself out of the equation so quickly. But if you put yourself in a bad deficit, you can't recover from it. And right now, it looks like that's exactly the type of shape that they are in, no doubt.
Wake Prep there, driving to the rim, getting an easy layup there for 2 points.
Yeah, another one again, 15-point lead. finally give the Wake Prep team another chance to put 2 on the board. Rebound back to the Guardians, 25-12. And now we're on a 4-0 run. Here comes Wake Prep, but they're trying to get back in this thing and find life, Ryan.
Yeah, it seems like
Goldsboro driven under the paint. They're going to draw a foul on Wake Prep.
Yeah, foul there, but it seems like Goldsboro has gone a little bit cold, but they'll be able to shoot 2 from the line here.
Foul on Josh Bracey, the guard forward senior for the Wake Prep Academy Guardians. Don't forget, Clayton Lady Comets continued tournament play at the John Jacobs Basketball Classic at Cleveland. We'll be back on the air at 3:45 or 3:30 Monday. Tip off at 4. And we do not know yet if it's going to be Corinth Holder or Rocky Mount.
Corinth Holder won, I believe, by 10 points
there
earlier
you go.
today.
So it'll be a Greater Neuse River 4A battle back rekindled again. Corinth Holder now in the 8A bracket. Clayton is 7A. But in the tournament, it means nothing. They'll play at 4 o'clock in the semifinal for the John Jacobs Basketball Classic on Monday. WeareCRN.com will have coverage. Ryan Tomford, Wesley Outlet here with you. Nathan Outlet, my son, is up there with the camera. And right now, 26-14, your score. So Goldsboro taking advantage of free throws, and they'll put in another 2 and go up now by 14 here. As we also go to 5 minutes left in the first half in Goldsboro.
Wake Prep driving to the rim.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Ryan, we're just kind of watching now. 28-14 under 5 minutes remaining. Can't let the ball fall in the cylinder just yet. And if you are a team like Wake Prep, you want to try to find a way to respond quickly and get back in this thing because you are down by 14. And now we are seeing the Goldsboro coach take a timeout. They both got 4 timeouts remaining now. And that'll let us step away and take a timeout as well. Quick 30-second timeout. Goldsboro here at the Cougar Den, up by 14 with 5 minutes left in the first half here with the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational.
Y a Mendoza empieza así el día. Por suerte pueden terminarlo así. El bosque, más cerca de lo que crees. Entra en descubreelbosque.org y encuentra el bosque más cercano. Un mensaje del Servicio Forestal de los Estados Unidos y el Ad Council.
I said it was going to be a 15-second timeout, and it was. Under 5 minutes remaining, 28-14, back in play. Community Radio Network broadcast coverage of the championship game finale. You obviously saw Comets or heard Comets versus Harold's Christian. Now the final one is Goldsboro and Wake Prep and a jump ball called. Brian, we don't know who got possession of the error. They don't show it on the scoreboard, and we can't see it from down below the clock.
It will be Wake Prep's ball here. They will inbound it.
So a Wake Prep basketball, 28-14, 4.5 minutes remaining here as we've been to the end here of this one.
Wake Prep driving to the rim. No good. Goldsboro will now drive down the court. But a foul will be called, and it will go back towards Wake Prep. Just crossing the 4-minute mark here in the second period.
Yeah, there we go again.
Three-pointer, no
Shot
good.
for 3, no good on that attempt again by Jeremiah Hargrove, the point guard. And then he handed it off to Braden Estelle. Still not able to score. 28-14. So we move into the final 4 minutes of the first half of the tournament. Goldsboro and Wake Prep up the middle, 20. Zarius Exum, the wing senior. He'll surrender it back to Devin Baldwin up the key. Send it around the wing to 3. He'll shoot for 3, and it's in and good! Unbelievable, Nehemiah McNair, the point guard senior. And it's 31-14 Goldsboro. And it looked like there was no hesitation whatsoever when he put the 3 up, Ryan.
Yeah, no hesitation. He was confident when that left his hands, and he knew it was going to be good. Turnover. Goldsboro driving down the court.
And they can't finish. Rebound back up. Second time, third time, not a charm. Give it back to Chuck Sequitty. And Aquitty for Wake Prep. Trying to finish as the bodies hit the floor.
Flying bodies all over the place there.
Is this basketball not a jungle gym? And my goodness, it looked like they were playing over the monkey bars there. Just literally climbing. It's like hurdling. He was at such speed, Ryan. He had to hurdle over the guy.
Yeah,
to come to a stop.
He was sprinting to cover him, and when they didn't get the brakes on quick enough, and just had to run into him, and foul called on Goldsboro as Wake Prep will inbound it underneath the rim. Three-point shot airball, but Peterson for Wake Prep is able to get the rebound and put a bucket in there.
(31-16) after another bucket in.
Ball battered around in the paint. Players all over the floor.
Want to send a big hello to Willow Springs, North Carolina. The Posey family gathered around the dinner table, somewhere that I'm accustomed over the years to sitting at. And I'm understanding that I got the dog scraps and leftovers from Christmas dinner 2 nights ago, right? And they took it upon themselves, Ryan Tomford, to make more Christmas dinner. And they're indulging at feast, 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 feast. Well, we're calling basketball. They're eating the new Christmas goodies. Richard, Anna, Rachel, Jackie Posey, thank you for listening to the game. How dare you?
I mean, they're eating treats, and we're treated to an amazing game so far.
We are.
In the second period with 2:16 left to go.
31-16. 2 minutes left to go here. Oh, and there's bodies and a turnover. Give it back to Antonio Hallman. He'll find the groove, going to pre-plat, and they're going to call traveling.
I believe that's what they called it.
A traveling or a double dribble. It's one or the other, and they'll turn it over. Goldsboro will give it back to Wake Prep. We got 2 minutes left in the first half. Nathan, we got leftovers, and they got the goodies. Oh, as long as you bring about 24 cookies, I'll be happy. Chocolate chip and M&Ms, please. Oh, big 3, and it's off the glass. What an attempt by number 2, Kato Muhammad. Kato Muhammad with a big 3. It was he heaved about a 40-footer, maybe more. Bounced off the side of the backboard. No good. And 90 seconds left to go here in the first half. And a turnover again as the ball got deflected, went airborne, and hit the second bars into the pedestrian or the crowd on the other side of the court.
Yeah, so stay Goldsboro's ball.
Shot for 3, no good. And it hit a player in the back of the head. And they got the rebound. Holman got it. And Goldsboro was able to come back and get it again for 2, 33-16. We got balls flying through the air. We got bodies hitting the floor. We're hurdling one another. The basketball thinks it's Plinko and wants to go in the grandstands. We got guys going for 3, bouncing off of players' heads, coming back to score. What could you ask for in Cougar Den?
I mean, not much more. I mean, I don't know what else we can see on the basketball court during this game. I think we've seen everything so far.
33-16 now as we put it back inbound to the Cougars again. Number 1. That's Anazio Fields. Anzanillo Fields, and he turns it over. Get it back to 12. Drury Platt. Fire! 3! No good. Off the center of the rim. That was an attempt by Maurice Tyler, and with 1 minute left to go in the first half for the final game of the 2025 Terry Walls Holiday Invitational here in Goldsboro. Maurice Tyler trying to slow down the tempo. Center circle. About 3 feet away, he starts to back up, but he can't cross that timeline. If he does, it's an automatic turnover. They're going to force the Guardians to pressure the Cougars. Try to make him draw a foul. Now under 30 seconds left. And now here comes Wake Prep to pressure inside. That's going to be Muhammad to Drury Platt. Open man for 3. Boom! And he got it! Maurice Tyler, the wing, on the far right wing, and he puts it in. And a turnover almost by the Guardians. Get it back. They'll go for 3. They're short. Rebound. Jeremiah Hargrove, correction. That is Jabrian Bynum Armstrong, but he couldn't get it up in time before the horn. It is 36-13 at the half. Wow.
Craziness.
What a crazy second period, as you said. Craziness is the only word I can think of at its finest.
I mean, we saw everything in that first half there. And, I'm now excited for this second half to get started because that was just excitement every possession.
36-16. And by the way, I got to give my props to my son, Nathan, who's going to start college after the Christmas break. He's done good on the camera. I think you trained him well, Ryan.
He's doing a great job.
Unless he's fooling me, I don't know.
No, he's doing a great job.
Good game so far. 20-point lead, but yeah, he is doing good. Give him a thumbs up. Give him an attaboy. Yes, he is. So, big thanks, Derek Lodge, joining us for the Comets Herald's Christian game. This is the final game of the tournament of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational here from the Cougar Den in Goldsboro on the Community Radio Network. Bonus coverage because we just love Kai Jones and everything he does with WJG Sports. I'm Wesley Outland. We have our buddy Ryan Tomford alongside, and of course Nathan Outlet on production, and we got a barn burner here. We were just talking about describing what adjectives or expletives you could describe what we're seeing. Hurdling, jumping, bodies on the floor, balls trying to go into the grandstand rafters, bouncing off a 3, hitting basketball players in the head. We had a darn technical foul to start the game, and we still don't freaking know why. And even though Goldsboro got a technical foul to start, they still are leading 20 here at halftime, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of what else we could see in the second half. But, it was a great way to end this great tournament, the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. And, it's been exciting to watch. And, it is Goldsboro up by, 20 points so far. But, I'm enjoying watching this. That point deficit to me doesn't really matter too much. It's just excitement, and both of these teams are playing at such a high level.
I'm trying to get our promoter, Mr. Kai Jones, if he can come up to the booth and join us. Kai Jones is all over the place. I just sent him a text. Maybe he'll be able to, but he's running all over. I'll say this, though, Ryan. We are seeing a great basketball game. I want to emphasize on that. We've been entertained as the broadcast crew for the ladies and the men for the last 2 days to be treated with some great basketball. And what another one. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself tomorrow to take a day of rest, a Sabbath day for Sunday, if you will, and then prepare to come back and do it again for the finales, That shows, I'm going to tell everybody that phones cause interference. If anybody ever tells you that it doesn't, put your equipment too close to a mixer with a cell phone and see what it does, right? So, what are you watching right now, Ryan, as we get ready to take a break and prepare for the third period? And they're already got Wake Prep back on the court.
Yeah, Wake Prep is, out here on the court. They're down by 20 20 points here to start the second half. And, they did get a lot of shots up, but, I didn't see a lot of good second chance opportunities. So hopefully, Wake Prep can, get a few more good second chance opportunities here in the second half.
Hey, Kai, if you get a chance, come on up here if you can. I know he's got a lot going on. Kai Jones, our promoter for the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. You can already see him actually getting out the hardware for this one. There he is. Nathan, zoom in down there. There's our buddy. Mr. WJG Sports himself, Kai Jones. Maybe we'll try to get him for an interview, but it looks like he's already getting out the hardware, and this is his baby, right? I know that Kai and I have done a lot of work with each other over the years since we had CRN. We've done the summer, kind of scrimmaging deal that he done for basketball to try to highlight basketballs like a, what do you call it? Like a NBA drafting deal, right? Like a basketball summit. That was a high school summit.
Yeah.
He done that for a couple of seasons, and we've done that on CRN of the WJG YouTube. We've done the Thanksgiving Throwdown. This is our first time being a part of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. We were going to do it last year, but unfortunately we were short on our crew because we were in Broughton and doing the John Wall Holiday Invitational in Raleigh. But right now, obviously, Goldsboro leading by 20, and we're going to take a rest. Everybody get a little drink, take a nap. We're going to be back in a moment.
Fractions of a second can be the difference between victory and defeat at the finish line. America's favorite bouldering is back in action for a summer of Friday night NASCAR Regional Series racing. Tickets are just $15 and available online in advance at WCSpeedway.com or at the gate starting at 6 on race nights. Wake County Speedway, 10 minutes south of downtown Raleigh. WCSpeedway.com.
Ryan Tomford, I've got to do this to my furry son. Hi, Chad Swain. Chad Swain, what are you doing, buddy? I just got a text from somebody. Jackie said he's been looking for you ever since he's heard you talking, from the dinner table to around the house. So Chad Swain is at the Posey Mansion in Willow Spring, and he's hearing my voice. He knows it's his daddy. But he's like, where are you, Daddy? Coming through your radio dial, if you will, Ryan. There you go. Silky smooth sounds of Wesley Outland, Ryan Tomford, and the second half coming up in a moment. This is, of course, the final basketball for the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational on the Community Radio Network.
Atwell Exterior Services, the time is now. With mortgage interest rates up, so many smart homeowners are renovating rather than moving right now, and those who hire Atwell Exterior Services in Greenville are thrilled that they did. For residential roof replacement, roof repairs, roof inspections, and more, done right by a local family business with awesome customer reviews, please visit AtwellEXTServices.com or call to set up a free inspection. Atwell Exterior Services, honesty, integrity, experience. The time is now.
Good morning, guys. I just want to warn you, traffic is tough out there.
We are here for you to tell you how to keep safe.
Everybody who is listening needs to take cover as soon as they can.
To provide the music, talk, and sports you love. And to deliver the news that matters to you. We are the voices you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress you depend on your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
It would not be a basketball game without seeing my buddy, Mr. Kai Jones.
What's going on, Wesley?
Terry Walls Holiday Invitational in the books. Nathan, bring the camera a little bit more further this way. Halftime, Kai. Last game of the tournament. What a barn burner. Can you tell me, if you can, if not, I'll forgive you, what was the technical foul about for Goldsboro right out of the gate? Was it something about a jersey violation? Or
I think somebody dunked, I believe. I think the referee thought it was a dunk. And I think,
during warm-ups and they didn't like it?
Well, yeah. Well, you're not really supposed to dunk, and I think he, normally there's like the unwritten rule where, hey, a kid is kind of dunking, but they're not touching the rim, but I think the guy touched the rim a little bit too much.
Gotcha. Well, listen, 36-16, down up by 20. What is your synopsis? What is this, like your fourth year Doing the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, let everybody know on CRN and on the social media when we upload the video stream what Terry Walls meant to the town of Goldsboro and to you to do this invitational in his honor.
Well, I didn't know Coach Wall super well. When I came back, I really got a chance to meet him for a short time before he passed away. But he spent and dedicated over 30 years of his life to helping kids and helping the school of Goldsboro and trying to spread positivity and love through basketball. And this tournament kind of lives as a memorial just to kind of honor and honor his life and honor his achievements and thank him for all he did for his community. He was actually my mom's PE coach.
Oh, wow.
Before she graduated high school. So he was here for such a long time. And he was just a
small
big
world,
part of
as
the
they say,
community.
right? Small world, as they say.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, so I was telling everybody about what you do with WJG Sports. You've got now football and basketball, and then you cover that obviously amicably. Everything you've done from the summits for high school sports to the Thanksgiving Throwdown to doing the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational, the 252-919 game that you normally do as well. What does it mean, what you've done, continuing to set a path for students to get highlighted in the high school area? And if people do not know what WJG means, it means Wayne Johnston Greene County Sports.
Right. I think for me, man, it's just all about servitude and, the best thing possible. I think the best way you can live your life is through servitude and through serving others. That's how you get the most gratitude out of life. So it's always a joy for me to be able to help the students and the kids who are trying to make something better for themselves. And that's where high school athletics is, it's a dream. It's a hope.
Sure.
You see some kids work out, you see some kids don't work out. Either way, it's always awesome to be a part of their story, whatever their story is.
And that was awesome what we just saw Maurice Tyler do for Goldsboro. Now they're back on both ends of the spectrum in front of their respective benches. Ryan, you got anything for our buddy Kai Jones? I know he's got to get back to work, but we do appreciate you, Mr.
For sure.
Jones, taking the time,
I appreciate y'all coming out and broadcasting the championship.
What is this whole tournament so far with the success it's had this year? What does it mean to you?
It's always awesome. It's always crazy to see how much it grows and how much better it gets. The biggest thing about it is I pretty much spend a whole year long trying to plan this and make it come to life. And then it's amazing just seeing it come to life. And I'm always trying to look and see how I can get the best possible basketball here, because that's what I really want part of that memorial idea to be, is that this is the best basketball that you're going to see in, Goldsboro in 365 days every year. And so that's why I work tirelessly trying to find teams who are not just good, but also talented and exciting and fun to watch.
I got to ask you this question in closing, Kai. What's your take of, obviously, just the future of these basketball tournaments and what they do for the economy, obviously for the area, the school, but most of all, just trying to highlight and showcase these future stars. We saw it in football in some phenomenal Hell-H state championship games you were a part of. I'd done all 8 games on the state title on CRN with our amazing crew, but now we're seeing it on the basketball court. And obviously, it's just a great opportunity to see the stars of the college or possibly the NBA future.
Oh, yeah. It's one of these things that's great about these. You get to see matchups that you don't normally get to see on Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's great that these tournaments happen so that, videographers like me, we can get multiple games. My guys at Hoop Farm, my guys at 252 Mixtapes, Bucket Reel, Shot by Skane, Strike a Light, Strictly for the Ladies. All of us, pretty much work really hard to make sure that we're in the gyms and that we know who the kids are and we can help the kids out, give them a piece of advice, send a highlight to a college coach, So that's really what it is. It's just a ministry from the people who do this to help out the kids. And you guys do a great job of helping out with the kids from the comments and stuff, man. And, it gives them a whole new world being able to have radio tied into it. So
and now we're doing video streaming too through the YouTube. And I will tell you, a lot of the things that we've done have been stuff that you've helped me out. A lot of people might not remember this, but last year, before the Thanksgiving Throwdown, me and you stayed up till probably 3 o'clock in the morning working on trying to go live on YouTube or on cell phones or working on overlays. And We've tried to make it better, and obviously to be a part of this championship game and the tournament for Clayton and covering all we have. It's an experience. It's because of people like you, Kai. Kai, I know you got to get back to work, man. Let everybody know in closing, though, how they can follow you. Let everybody know how they can follow you in closing on WJG Sports, sir.
On X, you can find me at Kai from WJG. You can also find us on WJG_sports. On IG is WJG Sports. Just one word.
Right. Yeah. Always.
Appreciate y'all.
Kai,
again,
thanks, man. Happy
y'all.
New Year, brother. We'll see you down the road. That's Mr. Kai Jones, the promoter of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational, as it is about to be wrapped up for the 4th time. And we appreciate him taking the time to join us for an interview. 38-16. Not a lot of scoring going on right now. Only one basket by Goldsboro so far. It is still, though, a 22-point lead with the Cougars in front.
Yeah, it's been slow scoring to start the second half. Not too much action, and there has been a few fouls been called on both teams, but it just seems like both teams have gone a little bit cold to start.
Play to the finish. That's all you can do. Nathan Outlet on the camera. Ryan Tomford. I'm Wesley Outlet. Thanks to Kai Jones. Giving us the synopsis of what it is. And obviously, you see what he does? He goes right back down to his perch and starts right back doing video and pictures and highlights. And honestly, before he became the promoter, the man that is WJG Sports and Kai Jones, he started doing the media and promoting it before becoming a promoter for these tournaments and things he's done along the way. And I appreciate the friendship of Kai Jones, and I love his wife's. I love his wife's stuffing when she makes it on Thanksgiving. They always, man. We do the one at Wayne Country Day, and it's a Thanksgiving throwdown, and he cut it down to 1 day this year. Normally it was like a 2 or 3 day deal, but he would feed everybody. We'd have plates of Thanksgiving food, and the potatoes were to die for. I say that as the Posies are still eating brand new Christmas dinner. That's all right. We got leftovers. You want some Thanksgiving you want some Christmas leftovers when we get to the house in the fridge?
Maybe.
Some turkey and ham. Boar's Head ham and turkey for our buddy Derek Longe. 4:20 left to go as we're at the midway point of the third. Let's get back to the focus of this game at hand. 42-16 is finally we've got some points being scored. Wake Prep Guardians in a hole now, Brian, trying to get out of it, but all the while, this one is pushed into the end. Basketball returns on CRN January the 6th, Clayton and South Garner. It'll also be the launch of the new Clayton Comets Audio Network powered by CRN. And it'll probably be mobile, as Derek was telling me. It's on Monday, on January the 6th, and that is a night that I'm doing speed weeks for the Nazareth King of Daytona 500 for 7 days straight. The road to the Great American Sim Race. And I'm one of the promoters and sponsors for it and announcers for it. 23 powering up the lane. Jabrian behind them. Armstrong. So we'll probably broadcast the game, but it will be Discord style on delay. And you've done that a couple of times. We've done basketball. We've done it on iRacing, and obviously you've done it on volleyball. You love your volleyball and soccer too.
Yeah, we've done it on tons of sports so far, and
Me and Nathan, while I'm working after the women's game we did at the John Jacobs tournament, are watching Pitt and ECU. This guy is watching English Premier League soccer on his phone. And I'm like,
I've always got to have the EPL on. I've always got to watch my teams. Arsenal and Chelsea are always two big teams I support.
And if you're a prayer to the hockey gods for the buddy of ECHL, he's on the production crew for the Greensboro Gargoyles. Pray for everybody in the East Carolina Hockey League or the East Coast Hockey League. Not Carolina, it's every damn body on the East Coast. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail. Money will quit being the root of all evil. And they'll find a way to get back on the ice, to get back to playing, to drop the damn puck.
Yeah, I want to go back to work. I want to film hockey.
42-16. Oh, baby!
Baldwin there with the three-pointer for Goldsboro.
Devin Baldwin, the senior guard, finding a big three. And the W Energy 3 for normally Comets broadcasts. Makes it now 47 to 21 now. And under 3 minutes left to go. It took a while for them to start scoring, but now they are. But it is looking like it's too far gone as the Goldsboro Cougars are trying to finish this one. Back inside, go to 25. That's going to be Amatic. Amatic with the basket. But put another 2 on the board. 47-23. 2.5 left to go in the third. Shot for 3, no good. That was an attempt by Maurice Tyler, the wing senior, who shot some big threes in the first half. Rebound, number 22. That's Sion Furlow. Back up the middle. Basket is good. No foul. Just great basketball there to find it in and put another 2 in for Goldsboro there, Ryan.
Yeah, McNair there with the drive and getting that layup there. And he's been a key player for Goldsboro so far this game as a three-pointer there for Wake Prep.
Jeremiah Hargrove with a big 3. A timeout being taken. I believe it's going to be taken by Goldsboro. Maybe not. It's taken by
Wake
Prep. So Goldsboro's down to 4. Wake Prep down to 3.
We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Timeout expires. 49-26. Ball's hitting players in the head again, using them for rebounds. And they'll finish with Jeremiah Hargrove, the point guard sophomore for the Guardians, finding the basket there, Ryan Tomford.
Yeah, getting points on the board, closing the lead a little bit, but now Wake Prep putting in a lot of pressure.
21-point lead, trying to go for 3. Goldsboro short. That time by Devin Baldwin, the guard for a 3. On the right wing, no one home at the right circle. Rebound, 49-28, shot for 3. Oh, baby! Did it again! Hargrove, 2 triples in a row. Guardians are feeling the power. Baldwin, and a foul might be called. 1:02 left to go. And they're going to call a foul on Hargrove. He got excited there, if you will, Brian, and got to the body of our player Baldwin for Goldsboro, and that quickly drew the foul. It's it's a shooting foul. They're going to send number 5 of Baldwin to the line to shoot 2 here.
Yeah, Baldwin will shoot 2, and it just seemed like in those few plays where Wake Prep scored it, the energy has picked up a little bit for them and for the crowd here as well.
It certainly has, as we are heading down to the home stretch of this one. By the way, we're live on wearecrn.com, the Mixler app, and the archives of all these games available as soon as we go live off the air, and or the video stream on our CRN Sports Network YouTube will be up tonight. I'll stay awake, and I will post it. I'll watch a little Friday Night Lights or Coach Carter, I guess. Got to keep the basketball theme, right?
I mean, you could always watch the Premier League.
Yeah, are they playing?
All the games finished earlier in the morning with the British time zone, but we see here a three-pointer. Boy, Wake Prep. In and out, no good.
51-30, under a minute left to go. Still got that 21-point lead as here comes Wake Prep under the paint. They're going to get fouled. Put the man on the line. Number 10, it looks like. No, I'm number 30. My apologies. Brayden Estelle, the sophomore guard, will go to the line. He will be shooting 2. Kathy Tompkins, thank you so much. She says, have a safe drive home. Happy New Year to everybody out there in Common Country and or anybody tuning into the broadcast still of the championship game between Goldsboro and Wake Prep to close the 4th edition of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. Wake Prep at the line shooting 30. That, of course, is Braden Estelle. Braden E. able to get 1 out of 2. Yeah, he was able to get 2 free throw shots good. 51-32, and jump ball instead of a foul called, and they're going to say it's going to go back to Goldsboro. Some people like it. Some people are furious. Under 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Heading to 10 Eastern time. The final game of the Invitational here at the Cougar Den. Goldsboro and a steal. He got a hand on it. It was David Patrick, and he comes up with it 3-on-1, and it's slapped away. Trying to keep it in play was Ivan Triplett. Irvin Triplett, and he stole it back again. Wake Prep for 3, and he got it. Oh, Jeremiah Hargrove.
Craziness again at the end of a period.
We thought he had a 3. They said he stepped over the line, so he only gets credited for the 2. But my goodness, the point guard sophomore for the Wake Prep Guardians from Raleigh, or Wake Forest, my apologies, Jeremiah Hargrove. This guy's trying to go for the offensive player of the game for the Guardians, or even defense. He has really, really made pressure hard for Goldsboro as we complete 3 periods. The 4th is coming up next. This is coverage of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational.
Timeout! Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup.
Hate.
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
In our communities.
On our streets.
In our schools.
And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
and call a timeout.
On hate.
Together.
Together.
The 4th period back underway. 51-34. Ryan Tomford, Nathan Allen on production. I'm Wesley Outland. Derek Launch covered the Clayton Harrell's Christian game earlier. And now, Goldsboro ladies coming up short to Wilson Prep. But the men are trying to say, welcome to my house, in the words of Flo Rider, and you are not going to beat us here. 51-34, final period underway. Both teams at 7-2. Go back around the horn to Hargrove. Hargrove sets up, looking for 5. On pressure was Baldwin. Handed it back from Tyler. Back to Baldwin again. Will he finish? No, it'll be now Nehemiah McNair to find the basket for another 2 there, Ryan.
Yep, Goldsboro is continuing with their point-scoring ways. There's a 3-pointer there for Wake Prep.
Another 3 now for Wilson Prep. I mean, they might not be going to win the game, but they are playing their hearts out here. 53-37.
Yeah, they
Wilson Prep now. Oh, yeah. And Baldwin said, anything you can do, I can do better. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And Wake Prep does that. And another basket and 1 by Braden Estelle for the Guardians. 56-39. Another foul is called after it goes in the net. And Braden Estelle go to the line to make it a 3-point play, as the late Bruce Barrett used to call it. Our former Sierran colleague that passed last year. 3-point play the old-fashioned way as he goes to the charity stripe. 56-39. Guardians trying to get within 16 here. They won't. They got the rebound back, though. Josh Bracey, but he turns it over. And just as fast as Wake Prep got back on the defensive on Goldsboro, Goldsboro powers up the middle. They draw a foul as well on Jeremiah Hargrove for the Guardians. It is a shooting foul. Sin number 3, Nehemiah McNair, the 5'6" senior point guard, to the line to shoot 2. He'll make the first one, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Wake Prep and Goldsboro play some fantastic basketball in that, third quarter and beginning of this fourth quarter, and it's been very enjoyable to watch this.
Second one in and out, no good for the second free throw. Rebound picked up by Wake Prep. Based out of Wake Forest. I think I said they were out of Raleigh. Basket goes in and it is good. Another 2 for number 3 of Josh Bracey. And it's 57-41. 6 minutes left to go. And in the words of Jack Lingle from We Are Marshall, play till the whistle blows. And it looks like an official's timeout is called as the official referee is asking for the floor to get clean.
Yeah, there's a little bit of liquid there.
We started the tournament for the John Jacobs Christmas Classic with the Lady Comets against Grace Christian this morning. And the official tripped. Either he slipped on the wet floor or tripped on his feet or lost his balance. We were talking about on the ride up here.
Yeah, and that official was quick to call it out, seeing a puddle there and not wanting to fall and slip in that water as a
these boys are definitely playing really aggressive right down the stretch. As a turnover back by Goldsboro, give it back to Wake Prep. Gray on gray for the Guardians, white on white with the black and yellow for the Cougars home squad. Thanks again, as always, to Kai Jones, everybody here at the Cougar Den, for allowing us to not only cover Clayton's tournament coverage here of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational, but obviously the championship game up the middle. Oh, Kano Muhammad, ball slapped away. I don't think you could do that to your teammates. You need to find the net and the rim. And just like Goldsboro did, they'll put it in, heading towards 60 points. 59-41, 5 minutes left in regulation. Up the middle again as it rolls in and out of the rim by 25, Sean Amadiki.
Armstrong there with the rebound.
Yes, sir. Amadiki there, going short, going up the middle. And he couldn't finish. That was 23, Jabrian Bainham Armstrong with the assist, 2 by Nehemiah McNair. I told you Ryan Tomford missed his hockey.
Well, I'm getting it back.
We had a whistle
during the.
Is it a miracle?
It's coming back. They figured out an agreement.
They did? You looked it up?
I got the breaking news from my father.
Okay, cool.
During the third quarter, so.
He's at a hockey game on the West Coast Hockey League. The East Coast can't get along, but the West Coast can. 59-41 this week. Your parents are in California. They were in New York.
Yeah, they
went to California. Your grandfather, you were telling me, is a big hockey fan. So your parents, who don't really care for sports, or at least hockey, went to the game, and I guess, was there an announcement made that they're bringing back the East Coast Hockey League? Negotiations are coming to an end?
Yeah, they've reached, a semi-permanent agreement. It's not completed yet, but the ECHL is coming back, and my parents are watching the hockey on the West Coast. They're watching the Coachella Firebirds tonight, so hopefully they're enjoying that game. As a foul there on Goldsboro.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
Maybe shoot 2 from the line.
Maybe the powers that be of the government could take some pointers from the players and the owners of the ECHL, man. Not shut down the government as long as they did, right? Whatever political affiliation you have, I don't care. I'm just saying, to have the government shut down our country was absolutely ridiculous. How long was it? Close to 3 months, I think.
Yeah, it was a while there. As the steal was...
Chuck Schumer needs to go take some meeting lessons from the East Coast Hockey League. Find a way to be friends. Work out deals. Shake hands. 59-44. Basket, Goldsboro up the middle and finds the net. There again, Antonio Hallman. 61-44 as we're putting this one in the memory bank. 3 minutes left to go. Up the middle, he's fouled. Wake Prep will go to the line. It looks like it'll be number 2 of Kato Muhammad, the junior guard. Like I said, whatever political affiliation you are, I could care less. I'm just referring to the fact of being proud to be an American, proud to love the red, white, and blue, and proud that, obviously, cooler heads can prevail in the sport. And take some pointers. That's all I got to say, right?
Yep.
Free throw. Good. Back to the free throw line. That's number 2, Kato Muhammad, the junior guard. Goldsboro looks like they're going to 8-2. They're going to win their tournament here at home, hosting what is the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. Back up the middle. Boy, hot potato under the basket, and it finally rolls in. Deceiving Pounds getting it done, and it is good. So 63-46 as we move into the finish of this one, and it looks like a opportunity for an official to let a player tie their shoes. That was Jeremiah Hargrove on the court. Well, inbound it back to Muhammad. Muhammad with a big throw. One side of the court to the other to Braden Estelle. Estelle inside the lane. Tries to find his man. Started it with Estelle. Got it to Muhammad, Estelle, and ended it with him finding the basket. 63-48, 2.5 minutes left to go here in regulation. Off the tip, no good. Give it back to the rebound. Goldsboro holds on to possession. That's mine of Armstrong. Armstrong back inside. Go it back to Hallman. Hallman, will he turn it over? Wake Prep under attack. 2 minutes left to go in regulation. The battle of the deuces with Hallman and Muhammad. Muhammad, fancy feet work right up the middle. Basket won't fall, but he's fouled though, Ryan.
He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Couldn't follow through and get that bucket to fall, but, good enough to drive hard to the rim and get that foul call.
What a strong finish for CRN for the year of 2025. For not only all that we've done with motorsports, NASCAR, dirt car, modified Mafia Tour, special motorsports events. Racing's always my first passion. You know that, Ryan. I know you love doing Wake County Speedway. Obviously, iRacing as well. But to football, to basketball, to baseball, softball, what we've done this year in the spring to what's to come in the spring of 2026, to having the privilege for Q Tucker and Brandon Marie to cover the North Carolina High School Athletic Association State Football Championship. Not one game, 8 games in 3 stadium locations in 3 days. A lot of work, a lot of logistics, Ryan. I know you weren't a part of it because you were focusing on your school, and I wanted you to be there. But obviously, you have been a new addition joining us for the ride, man. With 90 seconds left to go, obviously, our final game of 2025 for basketball. Man, I just want to say thank you for what you've done, and hopefully you stay with us now that you finished college. Congratulations, also graduate of Wake Tech.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a joy to join you this year. At the beginning of the year, if you told me that I was going to be, at a basketball tournament and commentating as a color announcer, I would have thought you were crazy. At the beginning of the year, I was so shy and afraid to talk to anyone. I was
timeout Goldsboro, by the way. They're down to 3 each. You were saying?
Yeah, I was just like an introvert. I never really talked to anyone and was afraid to go out and speak in public. And now you've got me going to 3 basketball games in one day. tested my limits a little bit, but I've enjoyed every moment of it, and it's been a fantastic joy to be a part of CRN.
Well, another person that I look up to as well that's been a part of our crew for the last couple of years is Jackie Posey. And one of the things she point blank said as well was, when he first started, he was shy, maybe stuttered on words, didn't know what he was going to say, or maybe was hesitant to say the right or wrong thing. But with work and being in the booth and gaining experience and watching games and working with you, and maybe just the conversations in general, I think that it's turned you to being what you have done. And obviously, you've done a lot of things: football, JV varsity, on production, on broadcast. We did the soccer, fourth round of the soccer game, obviously in Durham, if you remember when we done that. So 63-50 as this game is nearing the end with 1 minute left to go. And I don't want to go off subject. My apologies. If you're watching and you're listening, the game's far gone. Goldsboro 63, Wake Prep 50. They're going to play their hearts out. Wake Prep will till the final horn. And another foul being called here. And I don't know why they keep fouling. I mean, it's obvious. Just, end it. You're down by how many points? I mean, 13, 14 points. I mean, just call it. And then we're going to get another timeout on the court as well. So a timeout being called, down to 2 for Goldsboro, 3 left for Wake Prep, and we will step away and take a radio timeout as well.
Atwell Exterior Services, the time is now. With mortgage interest rates up, so many smart homeowners are renovating rather than moving right now, and those who hire Atwell Exterior Services in Greenville are thrilled that they did. For residential roof replacement, roof repairs, roof inspections, and more, done right by a local family business with awesome customer reviews, please visit AtwellEXTServices.com or call to set up a free inspection. Atwell Exterior Services, honesty, integrity, experience. The time is now.
As I was saying, phenomenal crew, and what a strong send-off to close 2025. Thanks to Kai Jones and all he does. Turnover back to Wake Prep. Sorry about the camera. Nathan's off in La La Land for a second. It looks like he's falling asleep. Jeremiah Hargrove finding the basket, though. Instead, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to... Are they going to give them the basket, Ryan? Is that what they're saying? Should be 63-50, not 63-51. Or is it 63-52? They haven't updated the scoreboard yet. They're adding time on the clock also, 59.0 seconds remaining.
They're having a little bit of
discussion.
discussion.
Yeah, there they are. They're making it 52-63. There you go, 63-52. So I guess there was a basket that they didn't count.
Greensboro inbounding it. Stolen.
Wow. And another basket again. We realize that Wake Prep is now within what?
9 points.
9 points. 63-54. Wake Prep did foul Goldsboro. Goldsboro will go to the line and shoot 2. Man, you gotta give the Guardians credit.
Yeah,
I mean, they're putting their heart and soul into this, battling with Goldsboro to the finish.
Yeah, they're putting their all their effort into these last
till the bitter
2
end.
minutes. 46 seconds left in this game as Pounds was able to make the first one.
Make it a 10-point lead, back to a 10-point lead, rebound. Goldsboro got it back. Instead, a whistle. And a timeout, I believe, is taken by Goldsboro. Goldsboro is down to 1 timeout remaining. Wake Prep has 3. And they are now Goldsboro Cougars leading by 10.
Check the back seat. Check the back seat.
Gets in your head, right? Good, because every year dozens of children are forgotten in the back seat. Cars get hot fast and can be deadly, so get it in your head. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Out here in the middle of all these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. And sometimes, that's how it feels when you're going through tough times. Trouble sleeping, your mind racing. So what do? We get help. There are people in our community who are here for us. Sometimes, just talking to someone can make all the difference in the world. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
We took a break and we came back and they put another foul on it. Wake Prep fouling Goldsboro. Send number 4 to the line of Maurice Tyler, the senior wing. And Ryan, this is what I was talking about this team will not go away.
Tyler missed both of those free throws. Travel calls on Wake Prep.
Traveling on Wake Prep. Yes,
back
sir.
to Goldsboro.
40 seconds left. Up by 10. Wake Prep has 3 timeouts. Goldsboro has 1. Under 40 seconds remaining. Both teams are in the bonus. Inbound. Whoa, was that not traveling? Instead, they're going to call a foul. Call a foul on Wake Prep. Goldsboro, number 11, going to the line of Steven Pounds. It looked to me like the man inside the baseline walked with the ball.
Oh, it definitely looked like he traveled there. It looked like he had the initial contact there, thought it was a foul, and traveled a little bit, and
they might be discussing this. Nathan, zoom in. They might be discussing this. It's like somebody might have fouled out of the game. I'm thinking number 25, Sean Maddock, is fouled out, so he's got to come out. In 32, Chuckus Akwiti will finish it out. Akwiti. Free throw, no good. 35.1 seconds remaining in regulation. 54-64 Goldsboro, and make it now an 11-point lead because that do it. 1 timeout left for Goldsboro, 3 for Wake Prep. I'm surprised they're not taking these timeouts, Ryan. Shot for 3, no good. Ball out of play. Last touch by Goldsboro. Wake Prep will keep possession. (65-54). We're moving to the end of this one. Final moments of this game.
Foul by Mohammed there.
Another foul by Mohammed. This is again on Wake Prep. This will send number 20 to the line. Zarius Exum, the wing sophomore. And with that being said, that should probably seal the deal here with 65-54 and 16.3 seconds remaining on the clock. Back to the free throw line. Looks like they're just getting the opportunity to shoot another free throw. And it's 1 out of 2 for the free throws. 66-54. And another foul.
Hargrove would drive it to the rim there. He got fouled on that shot.
Sure did.
We'll send him to the line.
10 seconds remaining. This is like the game that will not end. It's like Lamb Chops play along.
I mean, these last 2 minutes of this game have taken forever. Been like 10, 15 minutes to finish up.
This is the game that doesn't end. 66-54. You remember Lamb Chops? Basket in. Good. 1 out of 2 on the free throws. And that should be probably an exception of reality right there. Accepted reality. 66-55. Your final.
Half-court shot at the end of the buzzer.
Oh, my God. He shot a half-court shot at the buzzer. The game is over. But it went in. 66-58, your final. I mean, Ryan, unbelievable.
An amazing shot there to end the game.
Goldsboro Cougars at their house winning. They said, and I quote, "This is my house," and they take care of business to close the chapter of the final game of the 4th edition of the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational. Final score, 66-58. Ryan Tomford, your final take of the game, buddy. We're going to pack up and get on out of here quickly, sir. Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
what a fun time.
It was a great day of basketball with all 3 games, and Goldsboro getting it done in this game. They got a little bit of a run going and never looked back, getting the win 66-58 here at their house. They took control, and they wanted to win, and they got the win here at the Terry Walls.
That's a father-son moment right there.
Holiday Invitational.
Ryan Tomford, Derek Lange, everybody a part of what we've done. A great one. And here's to continuation of Comets basketball as we'll be back Monday. Corinth Holder, Clayton, 4 p.m. tip-off in the semifinals of the John Jacobs Christmas Classic here as we wrap it up in Goldsboro. Goldsboro beating Wake Prep 66-58. But what a valiant effort. 3-point shots, hurdles, balls in the stands. Desperation by the Guardians trying so hard to stay in this thing. And when it's all said and done, what a heck of a job by Wake Prep, but just came up short at the end with the final being what it was, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, Wake Prep put their heart and soul on the line. They were fighting to the end, but just coming up just shy of getting the win. But Goldsboro taking control, and great game by them as award ceremonies are happening on the court right now.
Yeah, the ceremonies are going on. Players are being acknowledged for MVPs of offense, defense, and the overall player. Always want to say thank you to Kai Jones, the amazing people here at Goldsboro at the Cougar Den. Whether you tuned into Comets basketball or just a fan of basketball in the Terry Walls Holiday Invitational, it was a fun one, and it is a final Goldsboro to close it out. Only fitting for it to be their house, and they turn around and get it taken care of. For videographer Nathan Outlet, my son, pleasure working with him in 3 basketball games in one day. Derek Lodge earlier this afternoon for Harold's Christian and Clayton. For my buddy Ryan Tomford, who's been along for the ride, I'm Wesley Outlet. Terry Walls Holiday Invitational in the books. We'll see you in 2026. We're back Monday. CRN, Clayton, Lady Comets, Corinth Holder, John Jacob Christmas Classic from Cleveland, Clayton Country. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
We now pause for station identification. Like, follow, and share the Community Radio Network via social media and Facebook at CRN Community Radio Network. Also, check us out on X, Instagram, and TikTok at CRN Sports. As always, remember to listen to the games live on your radio dial at 87.9 FM and anywhere worldwide, always at wearecrn.com. This is CRN, the Community Radio Network. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.